Hello and welcome to Heroes of History. Let's take another Let's Test Heroes and look into Ada Blackjack. She's the 4-star hero of this season pass and well, the second new hero during the season pass, where we are a bit ahead of you on the live servers. But is Ada Blackjack good or bad? Well, compared to Kivik we just had, she has more attack and way less defense, and also a good deal less hit points. So in general we can see that she is only a 4-star hero. And just looking at those base stats here, initial charge is actually pretty fast, 3.2 seconds. Base damage norm, attack speed norm, attack range, well, she's ranged 1, that's a good thing. A fast movement speed, regular charge is 16 seconds, which is rather high, I think, and maybe even especially because of her ability. Now let's look into her ability. She got the Northern Shield. We also already talked about the charts here. It gets a shield, so much like Kivik, but it's only 211%, but it's for all allies. But so basically she gets the same amount of shield if there is 10 allies to provide a shield. So she most likely get more shield when the first one hits, but from the second one onwards, I would guess there is mainly your heroes left and not a lot of others, so and you only give half the effect as he does. Well, and then she cleanses all negative effects from the targets. Well, if we can make it time with right after someone like Medusa's ability hits, that's a good thing. But other than that, if there isn't anyone throwing negative effects, well, it's isn't really useful, and a bit of the reason I didn't like Tiger Lily too much. I'm more of a fan of the other green healer, in fact. So, but we can test it out and see if she's actually pretty strong. Now, Awaken wise, I already woke her twice, so she got 6% more defense, which is a part of her defense is even that high as it is. It also ability charge initial minus 2.4 seconds, so she's throwing really fast now, and she can get more hit points, and even initial charge can get even lower, but regular, more importantly, can get down to a more decent timing between the throws. And initial even ability charge initial minus 3.2 seconds and minus 0.6, that's minus 3.8 seconds. That's not possible. I smell a bug. Maybe it's intended, but I don't see how she can throw her stuff at well, what is it? Minus 0.6 seconds? That's not really possible. I don't got any relics on her, and now I don't got any gear on her, so that's not the reason. So that seems really much like a bug. Well, I'll report it after this video. Now, let's just go here to the campaign map and find a decent set of battles and test her up against Kivik and see if she does better. So first off, let's just remove Kivik and see if we can go down here and find her somewhere. Oh, she's a green one if I remember right, so she should be right around here. There she is. And as ranged, I would actually put her up in the front line here. She does throw a shield, and I want those in close combat to be in the behind, so they don't start losing health too fast. It's a nice green shade it gives, and you can see this as a small shield that lands everywhere, but it does help a lot in regards of her holding down the damage actually done to the health. Now, the cool thing about shield, they always provide extra hit points to your units. So let's see here. We'll need someone to keep the battle steady here. And compared to our fine blue wars guy here, to give it to everyone, not just those around him. So she's most likely giving less shield than he would do. Otherwise, she would be too strong.
Honor has been restored.
Now let's look at the battle stats that she provided here. Now putting her in the front line and actually having a ranged attacks, let's say, gives her a great deal more damage than Kivik does. And ironically, even though she stands in the front line, that doesn't make it to give her a lot of damage in this first round. Now let's take this one and see if that really changes a lot. It shouldn't, but there's a lot of units moving forward to everyone, which means that her shield is actually working as it should. What isn't exactly what we want it to is there is no one's bad effects here to cleanse. So we'll have a little while before we can test that, though. So, well, we'll see that in a moment. I think it's the next battle or next again that provides that. And as always, it's pretty annoying with 2 Ashoka the Great here to keep that guy alive in the center there. But now that he's dead, it should be way easier. There we go. Let's see the battle stats here. Now let's move on to the next battle here. And going out and going in here and taking this battle, and that's Medusa. Let's see if we can have her ability being cleansed. Well, it's hard to cleanse when you throw your ability a bit too fast. That would actually be able to avoid that if I were to use
Feel Camelot's wrath.
if I were to use the abilities manually, then I could time it. For Medusa, of course, for the purpose of showing her effect, I should probably have done that. Though it's not how I usually make these tests. Now let's see here what it holds for us. But still, let's move on to the next battle here and see what we can do. Let's see, Deepest Jungle, battle number 9, and they got a Medusa too. So, just to try to dispel Medusa, we'll remove the auto, at least here for the first few seconds, until she throws her ability. There she goes, and then we smooth these things out, and everything that's annoying us, even the taunt here from King Minos is gone, which is actually pretty great actually, because everyone is actually attacking the heroes they chose right from the start, and it makes the battle much easier to handle. So of course it doesn't matter whether or not you use your abilities manually or not. I'm just a bit lazy in that regard. Let's look here and battle stats. Now let's go for the final battle and in this testing and sum everything up. Now for this we're going out of this one and into battle number 23 into this province here, and Well, as these people doesn't do a lot of tricks, I'll use time and showing the spell effect. I'll just let the shielding speak for itself, because there isn't any real reason to hold back her ability when there is no negative effects landing on us. Go, and dead. Oh, that's the second wave. Let's see if we can handle this. And well, the shielding would be really nice right now, because, well, no matter what they say, shield does help, even though we only have a few units left. There we go, and everybody is going to survive, and in that regard, Ada Blackjack is a better choice, at least for the campaign maps, though I would prefer especially Kivik other places than here. Now let's look at the collective stats and compare it up here with where Kivik was present. Lagatha is doing more damage, taken from Hurmulan, ironically. Sir Lancelot, less damage. Ada Blackjack, actually a lot more damage, but makes sense since she's a ranged one, and I put her in the front line so she can actually damage from the start, where Kivik was in the back line. And well, that leads apparently leads to Ashoka being able to do less damage too. Lagatha took more damage, and so did Hurmulan, and well, Sir Lancelot, by weird means, didn't, and Ada Blackjack did take a lot less damage, because even though she was in the front line, she was a ranged unit, and the melee unit took over and, well, were the shields for her rather than the other way around, which make her able to do her thing from the back side of the battle, and make the shields for the others to stay alive. And well, even the Show the Grid took more damage, I can see, and it's not too far how much healing he provided to Show the Grid. So in general, actually, Ada Blackjack with a couple of awakenings is matching Kivik in the campaign map, but looking at how the abilities work, I guess that would be to be suspected, as Kivik is good in a different place. Now this sums it up pretty much. I will say thank you for watching this video.